My God, man. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you. This show just did not feel important tonight. It just didn't feel somewhat important. Why are these tag team divisions so bad? It's all because of Bruce and Vince. Why are these women's divisions so bad? All because of Bruce and Vince. Why are these shows are not getting any better? It's all because of Bruce and Vince. We all know. We know. Well, Bruce and Vince is not live. Guess who's live, though? Ingram Wrestling News is live. Man, oh man, this show was fucking terrible. I can't see how anybody in the community can say that SmackDown was okay. How can you say SmackDown was okay? I mean, look at who we all got on the show. I mean, we got Billie Kay, Moronics! And then you got Tamina. I don't even know why these two are on my TV. Please, get them off my TV. So we got the Street Profits versus Dolph Ziggler and Roode for the WWE Championship match. We got that match to go over. We got Riott, the Riott Squad versus Billie Kay and Tamina. We got Otis with Chad Gable at ringside versus Shinsuke Nakamura with Cesaro ringside. And then we got Bianca Belair versus Bayley. And then we got Roman Reigns addressing his TLC match. Addressing Kevin Owens before this Sunday's TLC, apparently. Oh, just a reminder, this is the SmackDown Go Home show. And how did the Go Home show do? I'm going to tell you that at the end of the review. So, everything I just mentioned, we're going to go over it all right here on my Ingram Wrestling News YouTube channel. Now, as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brendan, and this right here that you're looking at on your screen is your, what you call December the 18th, 2020 SmackDown review. And before we get started with that, I would like you all to do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button and turn on that bell for notifications. And accept my invitation, please. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications. Of course, to never miss my content that I have on my channel. If you have missed my previous Ingram Wrestling News videos that I've uploaded last week, please be sure you go check those out. Leave a like on those videos. If you missed my Ingram Wrestling News video on the full lineup for this week's NXT, and you haven't watched NXT yet, you better go check out my video now. Because I'm telling you, you do not know what you have missed on NXT last night. You just don't know what you missed on that show. That show was a really good show last night, especially when they had Kyle O'Reilly versus Pete Dunne, but I would much rather I would have much rather had Pete Dunne win that match than Kyle O'Reilly. I mean, I don't know why they went with Kyle O'Reilly again. Why do we need Kyle O'Reilly versus Finn Balor for New Year's Evil 2? Nobody wants to see that match again. I think everybody can agree with me and say they would much rather see Pete Dunne versus Finn Balor than Kyle O'Reilly versus Finn Balor. Because we have not seen Pete Dunne versus Finn Balor yet. We want to see that match. Oh, it's like WWE says, no, we're going to give you what we want to give you. And not what we want. You know? Oh, man. That's just like Vince McMahon having all these big men, sending them back to the Performance Center to train. You got Otis, Keith Lee, Mice, which, let me remind you, that's the Madden. That's the old Madden. A Moose. You got all these big men. Why are you sending, Vince McMahon, why are you sending all these big men back to the Performance Center to train? What sense does that make? We've seen what these guys can do. Why do they need to train again? I don't understand. I don't understand your logic there, Vince. I don't get it. You're sending these guys back to the Performance Center. What if one of them pass out and gets sent to the hospital? Yeah, what about that? What if that happens? Yeah, what you gonna do? Sit there and freaking just stare? You know how big these men are? Why are you gonna have big men training at the Performance Center, not knowing one of them could pass out, could have a heart attack? Vince McMahon's got to think about stuff like that, man. You can't just have big men going back to the Performance Center and train, not knowing they could have a heart attack, you know what I mean? It just didn't make sense to me. Why would you send them back to the Performance Center when we already know how good they are in the ring? I can understand them sending a Moose and D.O. Madden to the Performance Center to train, but I can't understand why you're sending limited Keith Lee and Otis to the Performance Center to train. I don't understand. They don't need training. They know what to do in the ring. They know they are powerhouses. They are athletic. They know what to do in the ring. They are familiar with pay-per-views. They are familiar with the superstars. They are familiar with what they have to do in their roles. Why are you sending Otis and Keith Lee back to the Performance Center to train? I don't understand. What was the reason for that? It just didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Man, is that what it is? You got no brain cells? Because you're a meth head? Is that why? Because you're a chairman who doesn't care about the talent, the shows, or the pay-per-views. You only care about yourself and what you and Bruce want, right? Is that what you care about, Vince? Is that what you care about? I think that's what you care about. You only care about yourself. You don't care about what the fans want. You only care about you and what you want. That's the problem. That's the problem with you as chairman of WWE. You're not going to give the fans what they want. If you're not going to get the fans what they want, you might as well forget it. You might as well just step down as chairman because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing as chairman at all. Neither does Bruce know what he's doing as executive director. I can't understand this, man. I really don't. Why would you still send Otis and Keith Lee back to the Performance Center to train? Why? For what? For what? Oh, to improve their skills. To put them back in shape, right? Is that why they sent them back to the Performance Center? I think he sent him back to a Performance Center because he knows he's nothing more than a blittering freaking idiot. He's a blittering fucking idiot. That's what he is. And then probably Bruce sitting in the office probably laughing like this. Yeah. You don't think I've been hearing all the news? You don't think I've been getting all the news from Ringside News? Yeah, I've been getting a lot of news, and I've shared a lot of news articles on Twitter today, including the one on the USA Network wanting darker content on Raw after low viewership. Monday Night Raw always drops to an all-time low every week because the show sucks. It's that simple. The show sucks. The show, everybody sing with me. The show sucks. The show sucks. The show sucks. The show fucking sucks. Just like SmackDown. SmackDown's better than Raw, though. Gotta give SmackDown credit. But they're not better than NXT. And I don't want to say this about NXT, but I feel like NXT is suffering too. I think it's safe to say that NXT is kind of suffering themselves. But NXT here lately overall has proven to be the #1 brand in sports entertainment. I mean, they're doing better than Raw and SmackDown. I mean, look at the NXT Women's Division. NXT Women's Division looks better than the Raw and SmackDown Women's Division. Not to mention the AEW Women's Division. I mean, look who you got in the NXT Women's Division. You got Scarlett, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, Rhea Ripley, Storm, Moon, Shirai. You got all these women in the division. And then you got a guy on Twitter who is shitting on the NXT Women's Division. And then Dakota Kai fired back at him on Twitter. When I saw that, I quickly replied to that guy's tweet, and I put him straight up on blast. I don't know if I would have told you that before already, but I put that guy straight up on blast. And you know what he didn't do? He didn't say not a word. He didn't say not a word when I put him on blast. He didn't say nothing. Nothing. He was scared. He was scared to respond. He was too scared to respond. Goes to show you, if you ain't got guts, shut your mouth. If you don't know what you're saying, shut your mouth. Keep it to yourself if you don't have anything good to say about anybody. Oh, there was this news on Vince McMahon wanting more monsters in WWE. How many monsters are you gonna call up to the main roster? What, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes? These monsters are ruining the ratings. Why would you want to call up more monsters to the roster? Why do you want more monsters in WWE? I don't understand. I don't understand. Well, you don't want no monsters like Braun Strowman. Oh, God. No. So, speaking of the news, we're gonna go straight to the news first before the review. So, Vince McMahon said he wants more monsters in WWE. So, obviously, Vince McMahon's procisivity booking big man is pretty well known. His company once called the Land of the Giants for a reason. Oh, shit. Give me a fucking break. Land of garbage. Vince McMahon is looking for monsters and he wants more of them. So, apparently Lars Sullivan was a prime candidate for a new monster, but he vanished. You didn't hear the news that WWE had no plans for Lars Sullivan, right? Did you all hear the news on that? WWE had no plans for Lars Sullivan and still has no plans for Lars Sullivan. He's never coming back. Man, WWE might as well just send him back to NXT along with Keith Lee and the 5 members of Retribution. You might as well send him back to NXT along with Keith Lee and the 5 members of Retribution. And who else? Shayna Baszler, Angel Garza. You might as well send all them superstars back to NXT, man. Might as well. Why hasn't NXT brought back Aleister Black yet? He's being kept on TV. He needs something to do. He's probably not getting paid. He's probably getting paid by staying off TV. Why would a WWE superstar get paid by staying off TV? I don't get it. I don't get it. Kind of like what Selena Vega was getting paid for, right? How can some superstars get paid staying off TV? I can't see that. It's like, how? Does anybody get that? Anybody here in this chat get that? Anybody here watching gets that? I don't get it, man. I don't. Anyways, the Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that Vince McMahon has an eye on more big men. Oh, God. Yeah, an eye on more big men, only for him to waste them and bury them, and for him to book them wrong on the shows. You know what I mean. He sent a ton of people down for twice a week training, and he needs a new monster. You need a new monster. Well, what you gonna do with that new monster? Waste them and send them back to NXT? I mean, really. We know that's what you're gonna do. This how he gonna this how bad he'll get sent back to NXT, folks. That's how bad it is. That's how bad he'll get sent back to NXT if wasted on TV. So I guess apparently we're gonna have to see what's next in the situation, folks. So before that, the Wrestling Observer newsletter, this is what they said. They said, and I quote, part of it is Vince wanting more monsters in the ring, as historically, whenever WWE business is bad, Vince blames smaller guys on top. But right now, his thought process is he doesn't have big guys who can work at that level. Why didn't you have big guys that worked at that level last year? Or the year before last? Bet you can't answer that, can you, Vince? Lazy old man. So there was also, I think I got plenty of more news to tell y'all. So there was also some news on, I'm trying to think what it was. If I can remember. It might come up my head. It's coming up my head. It's coming up. So, Jey Uso. So, I got some news on Jey Uso. So, Jey Uso, he, I guess, apparently he thanked Paul Heyman for sharpening his game up. Or, actually, yeah, he thanks Paul Heyman for sharpening his game up. So, as you all know, Paul Heyman is a special counsel to the Tribal Chief, and that bond goes way past any WWE storyline. Now, Paul Heyman is an influential member of the pro wrestling community, and his ties with the Samoan dynasty go back a very long time. Now, Jey Uso told Pro Sibian Max that I'm assuming that's the Pro Wrestling Unlimited guy, the guy that does the Pro Wrestling Unlimited. I don't know. There's a guy named Sibian that does Pro Wrestling Unlimited, the guy with the big earrings, the big ears, the guy that says, "This is Sibian, and this is Sibian Pro Wrestling Unlimited," or Pro Wrestling Unlimited. I'm assuming he was talking to that guy. I know that guy. I watch his videos. He's pretty good. Anyways, Jey Uso told Pro Sibian Max that he considers the special counsel like an uncle. Jey Uso continued to explain how working with Paul Heyman has helped him sharpen up his skills in many ways. So this is what Jey Uso said. He said, and I quote, "Real tight, Uso. Real tight. He's damn near like my uncle. Real tight. I know a lot of people feel some type of way about Paul Heyman, but that man is in this business for a reason. That man has been around this business for a reason. He does have a brain for this. Look at all the soldiers he brought out. Brock, Punk, like every man." Jey Uso was confident that he was ready for that interview. This is what all he said. And then he said this too. He said having him around and being around him every single week, Uso has sharpened me as a performer. Sharpened me as a co-worker. It's put me on my game, always learning. Why would I sit under the Paul Heyman learning tree? At the same time, I've got the number one guy in the business right now, Roman Reigns. I'm vibing with them, hearing ideas. Oops, like, finally, what it's like to be at the top, and I could really get me some of this. Oops. So that was what Jey Uso said. That was all that I read came from Jey Uso. That's what he said. That's what she said. I'm just joking. But seriously, that's what he said. So then, folks, check this out. As you all know, I don't know if some of you know this or not, but Jey Uso received an incredible opportunity with his brother Jimmy injured. Uso had to sit at home for a while. Roman Reigns' return brought him right back into the spotlight, elevating him to new heights in the position of a single star. So Jimmy Uso will be back soon. Just want to let. But Jey Uso is certainly making the most of his time with Paul Heyman. Now, Roman Reigns is doing the best work of his career. Jey Uso is doing a good job. I think WWE needs to keep building Roman Reigns up, keep building Jey Uso up, keep on making Roman Reigns look like a dominant. Make Roman Reigns look like the dominant force in WWE with that Universal Championship. Not him dropping it, but make him look like a dominant force with the Universal Championship. Keep him at that level. Keep Roman Reigns at that level. Keep him being, what I'm trying to say is, folks, don't bury Roman Reigns or waste Roman Reigns on TV. Keep doing what you're doing, WWE. You're doing great with Roman Reigns. Don't ruin it. Don't mess it up. He needs to stay as a top heel. He is one of the best top heels in this business. He is one of the greatest things going for SmackDown. And he's the only thing going for SmackDown. Everything else legitimately doesn't matter and is not legitimately important to anybody. Including me. Anyway, not important to me. And when I say Roman Reigns is the only greatest thing going for SmackDown, that's how you know this show is terrible every week. That's how you know nobody watches SmackDown. If I say that Roman Reigns is the only thing going for SmackDown, you know nobody's not watching it because the show sucks. The show sucks. The show fucking sucks. Yeah. Oh, that's not all the news. I got two more. So, apparently, Kevin Owens was set to face Roman Reigns at TLC on Sunday, December the 20th. It would be a huge test for Roman Reigns, and even his special client Paul Heyman can attest to that. So, check this out, folks. During Talking Smack, Paul Heyman cut a little promo to hype Roman Reigns' Universal title defense this Sunday. He did really good. He did really good hyping that up. I watched the Talking Smack. He did really good hyping Roman Reigns up, man. He said that Kevin Owens will be Roman's biggest challenge. but the tribal chief plans to take Owens to his limit in return. This is what Paul Heyman said. He said, and I quote, "Yes, Kevin Owens is a very dangerous competitor. Yes, Kevin Owens is the greatest challenge to Roman Reigns. Yes, Kevin Owens comes from nothing. No, Kevin Owens not the poster boy for WWE, nor is he the stereotypical or stereotypical WWE superstar, which makes that unorthodox style so damn dangerous. How far does that push a Division One athlete like Roman Reigns? How far does it push someone with that unbringing, with that Samoan blood, with that warrior culture running through his veins for WrestleMania main events? It would have been five, if he bothered to come this year. But he didn't like the way WWE was treating him. Oh, really? And what did he do? This is what he said. Paul Heyman said that he set an example for what is the man around him. He came back, and on his first night in the ring, once again, is the top champion in WWE. That man is going to be pushed to his limit by Kevin Owens. God help Kevin Owens, because no one else is going to at TLC. Oh yeah, Kevin Owens. Nobody's going to help you at TLC, I'm telling you. You're not going to want to compete against Roman Reigns, because he's not going to come out, because you know he's going to be too lazy to come out. You know, his gimmick is to not come out the ring. He's not. I think his new gimmick is not come out the ring, just show up late. That's his gimmick. His gimmick is to show up late in the ring. That's weird. When it comes to singles tag team match, he doesn't show up. But when it comes to a championship match, he comes in the ring. All right. He's acting like a heel. He's acting like a heel, man. But Roman Reigns' career was skyrocketed upon his return. Oh, yeah, man. He is doing the best work of his career as a heel, Roman Reigns is, man. His babyface run just did not solidify him enough. I think his heel turn is... I think he does way better as a heel than he is as a babyface. I think he's better off as a heel. I think he's better off a heel, not a babyface. Because if you turn back babyface, it is all over for Roman Reigns. All bets are off if you turn him face. Then they're going to start creatively booking him in matches where he loses and wins and loses and wins and loses. Because that's how they did Roman Reigns when he was a babyface. So anyways, Roman Reigns' heel turn, coupled with adding Paul Heyman as his special counsel, has paid off in a big way. And I think Paul Heyman being the counsel of Roman Reigns was great. It's great. They're doing good. Paul Heyman is doing a good job of Roman Reigns, man. Roman Reigns himself's doing a good job. Even Jey Uso is. And I guarantee you, Jimmy Uso is going to be doing the same job that Jey Uso is doing right now. And don't worry, as soon as Jimmy Uso come back, he'll be at the top too, just like Jey. Ray. So, this Sunday will be a big test for Roman Reigns, folks, as Kevin Owens brings a lot of intensity to the table. Owens also took a lot of brutal beatings during the build for the feud, so it makes us all as a community, as a IWC community, have to wonder which way things will go at TLC. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the news I got. We're going to go ahead and get to the review. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown kicked off with a look back at last week, when Kevin Owens confronted Roman Reigns and got destroyed for it. Owens makes his way to the ring, which is surrounded with tables, ladders, and chairs. Owens paces back and forth and immediately calls out Roman. So, the tribal chief doesn't respond, and Owens says that's okay. He has a lot to say. He said he heard Roman's message loud and clear last week, and he had to talk with his family this week. He told his family not to watch this Sunday, but not because he doesn't want them to see what Roman does to him. So, because he doesn't want them to look at him differently after what he does, Owen says a few weeks ago, Roman said he cares how his sons see him, but his kids already know their dad is a hypocrite. Damn, that was cold. That was cold calculated right there, man. When he called Roman Reigns dad. Oh my God. And you know what the fans are going to think after that. You know what the fans' reaction's going to be. You know what their reaction's going to be. This is going to be their reaction right here. This is going to be their reaction right here. They're going to laugh. They're going to laugh. Just like Bruce and Vince are hypocrites for not building new stars and not bettering these Monday Night Raw and shows, these fucking shows with low ratings. Just like Bruce and Vince are hypocrites for sending Keith Lee and Otis back to the Performance Center to train, knowing they don't need training because they know what to do. They know what they're doing. They are stars. They are athletes. They're built for this business. Just like Vince and Bruce also needs to merge the Raw and SmackDown men's tag team divisions and merge the women's divisions, which they still have yet to do. They would rather worry about pay-per-views than to worry about merging the divisions. You know what that tells you, right? Bankrupt. That's what this company is. Completely bankrupt. Anyways, he uses his family members as pawns. I wish I could use Bruce and Vince as pawns, because they're fucking... I wish they were not only pawns, but I wish they were fucking gone from this company. Hey, if they play Call of Duty, they probably wouldn't even know what a spawn is. Not to mention, they won't even know what a pawn is. They'll look at it, they'll just stare at it, they'll be like, they won't even know what the word pawn is. Don't get me started with Braun. Oh Lord. You know, Strowman, the guy that runs fast. Braun runs fast, Shaq runs slow. Oh, man, you didn't think I was going to mention that one, didn't you? Courtesy of JD. Courtesy of my number one favorite podcaster in the IWC. In the entire IWC, the greatest podcaster of all time. Which is Mr. JD from NY. Anyways. So he uses his family members as pawns, and that's pathetic. So KO says he knows Roman knows he's not the head of the table. He's a coward. Just like I want to call Bruce and Vince right now. Cowards. For the simple fact that they look like Finn Balor. No, I'm just joking. For the simple fact that they both probably need to take showers. Because they smell like nothing more than flowers. And then you got a guy with a gun stalking him for hours. Not to mention, they're in WWE and they think they're in power. Why don't we scour? Why don't we scour the fucking world? Why don't we scour the world for a girl? I'm just joking. But seriously, folks. Paul Heyman appears on the Titantron. It says, Owen should know by now, Roman comes out on his own time. Oh, I thought he was going to say something like, on his own time, on Twitch Prime. While committing a crime. Anyways. So Paul Heyman says he was wrong about Owens. He thought he was a misogynist. The fuck is that? Misogynist? What the heck is that? Can somebody tell me what the heck that is? Misogynist? What the? What the heck is that? What is that? Misogynist. Oh my God. Constructed. Oh my God. Goes to show you how fucking terrible creative is with their writing. Oh man, this show sucks. Now, it was okay, but it still sucked. I mean, the only thing that was, the only things that were rather good on the show was Roman Reigns. The only thing we should be watching on the show is Roman Reigns. My socialist. I say pathologist. Or psychologist. Oh, man. Or biologist. I got one better. Man, come on, y'all. Y'all know I'm trying to entertain. Where's everybody? Did everybody leave? I hope not. Because I'm not done yet. Oh! Everybody is still in the chat. Let's see who's in the chat. Before I continue reading. Let's see who's in the chat today. Oh, my buddy Justin is in the chat. Always Talk Wrestling's in the chat. And we got another person watching. I don't know who that is. But thank y'all for joining me for my SmackDown review, man. What was y'all's thoughts on this show, man? I really want y'all to tell me. What was y'all's thoughts on this show? This show was okay, but it just the only thing that was great on the show was Roman Reigns. I mean, I said that about 2-3 times. I mean, I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to repeat myself here. I mean, it's all Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is carrying the SmackDown men's division. He is. The tribal chief is taking over, man. And that ain't a damn thing nobody can do to stop. And I mean that, too. I'm serious. I mean that wholeheartedly. Nobody stopped this guy. So he said he thought he was a mycologist or whatever that is. Man, who fucking cares, really? Anyways, that's fine because Roman is a sadist. But KO isn't a mycologist. He's a Martar. What the heck? Well, what the heck is a Martar? What is that? What is that? He's willing to do anything to take the title, and that makes him dangerous. And he'll have to be eliminated. Just like Vince and Bruce needs to be eliminated from WWE because they don't know how to produce or write. Eradicated. So he said he needed to be eliminated, eradicated. Owens cuts him off and says he can't listen to another word. He's going to find Roman. Owens jumps out of the ring and heads towards the back. So, folks, it goes to commercial break. And then back from commercial break.